Cachorro rights to another El Cachorro Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. Uh, Currently we put up the one of talking about the Camp Cretaceous DLC announcement that came out. But they have since now made a Steam post going into a little more details on, giving more details, period. Just more details. And, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. It is a pretty extensive update we're getting here, and it sounds pretty damn good, just to be honest. So let's hop on over, take a look at this Steam post here, shall we? Obviously, we're going to start off with going into the Camp Cretaceous stuff a little bit. You get the Bumpy Skin and the Scorpius Rex and the Rhinoceros, the glow-in-the-dark Para, Toro, the Baryonic Skies. It's $10, which we found that out in the previous video by going to the website and looking at what they posted on the website. Blah blah blah. Nothing really to talk about. I got another video talking all about that stuff already. So let's get into the nitty gritty. What you get for free. Free keyword. We gotta love that. I love that free word. You gotta love the free. I love the free word. You love the free word. All right, so we're getting some massive sandbox changes, and some of these are really good. As if you've been watching my streams, we know that I've been going through the redoing on the challenge modes on easy, just because we're trying to get everything unlocked. We still gotta redo like the first challenge mode to get the Dreadnoughtus. Then we gotta do like the Northwest United States one so we can get the Acro and the Indoraptor. Then there's still some skin stuff, and then we're also kind of realizing maybe I didn't unlock some. I don't know what all. Also probably might not get like some of the Genos and stuff like that, and the edit your dinosaurs. All this crazy crap we got to do just to unlock it, and well, I might not have to go back and do that now. At least some of the stuff I want to go back and do. So we have major changes and new features coming to the sandbox. The biggest of that is all dinosaurs, skins, and patterns will be available by default when starting a new sandbox level, regardless of whether or not you have them already been unlocked. It does not apply to the cosmetic awards you get from the challenge modes. So the special skin colors you get by doing the challenge modes, you got to beat the challenge modes to get those. Makes sense. Cool. That's fine. But everything else is unlocked by default. All buildings and upgrades will also be available by default when starting the sandbox level. Please be aware that we are not getting rid of era-specific buildings, but simply removing the unlock requirement that have been available in sandbox mode. If you want to start building a park or facility right away, everything's at your fingertips. You can do it. Groovy. And we're going to get more stuff too. Another new feature coming to Sandbox is the option to play with research and expedition mechanics. That means that you can start simply from scratch and work your way up in any and all Sandbox maps in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So you can go in, build whatever you want, have free run bid, or you can go in and do your own challenge mode and build your own park from scratch and make the money and do the contracts. Kind of like the, old school kind of way you had to do it in the previous games. In the previous game, when you could, didn't have like limited dinosaurs or stuff like that, and you'd have everything. So I actually kind of find that kind of be kind of fun. You can build my own park from scratch, make it a success, play it the original way, but have it be able to use any building, any dinosaur that I want. If I want to have a Mosasaurus and a Dreadnoughtus, I can do that. Actually, I'm not sure if the Mosasaurus was in that level or not, but whatever. Instead of having to work with number ranges here, and you can use the DFW buildings. It's like I kind of like to do when I was playing my little sandbox when I was doing one time. I was building that as like a little backstage, a certain area, and then having like the more park kind of stuff for the other stuff. So you can like kind of So I mean, I actually might find fun doing that. Just trying to build the park, not just having limitations. Going out and researching the dinosaurs, and so you can make them and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. You can toggle it on and off on the fly as you play with no need to start a new park. Turning things off will instantly unlock everything. Turning it back on will take you back to where you were before. Cool. We're going to come back to, so there we got a little picture here. We're going to come back and talk about that picture here shortly. Sandbox mode can be further customized by adjusting task time length. 10%, 25, 50, or 75. So you can, make your task go a lot faster. Or 100. Sorry, I forgot about 100. This lets you change the amount of time it takes to complete time tasks on the fly. You can give yourself even greater challenge with Jurassic level difficulty for money and appeal goals. So you can, like I said, make your own challenge mode. You can speed things up so you don't have to wait forever for something to get done making. And they're also adding an option to turn off the need for scientists in sandbox mode. With scientists turned off, all tasks will simply complete as if a scientist was assigned. From dinosaur creation to research and expeditions. I think it's good. I mean, that's good. Obviously, a lot of people hate the scientist thing, but scientists, they do make it nice and challenging. So I don't know. I'm not sure where I fall on that border, because I kind of like that extra level of challenge, but at the same time, I get why it's a pain in the butt. With this update, you have even more tools to create the sandbox experience of your choice, which is very true. You're going to get to make your own sandbox level, and that's freaking awesome. Let's talk about decorations, shall we? Good news, park managers. We're adding over 40 new placeables for your park, letting you further customize and add details to your park and facilities. These placeables are split into facility pieces and decoration pieces. Facility pieces are made mainly to work with the DFW building sets, but are also perfect for Jurassic Park and Jurassic World Air parks. Decoration pieces will help your parks pop with new signs, planters, and fountains. You'll also be able to add the Velociraptor paddock and a Spinosaurus skeleton to your park. So we're getting the Velociraptor paddock back, which is surprisingly very slow. So it's like from the last game. And there you see the fountain. Ooh, it's a fountain. Very cool. And if we go back up to the screenshot here, this is where you can see some DFW buildings. Looks like we got some, like a little small building there, small building there. We got some storage things here. Looks like some other maybe type of storage one there. I'm not sure if these are part of that building or just separate pieces. There's a trailer over here. So just a couple of examples of some of the stuff, so it's really cool. Like I said, like the mixed air sand park, like I like to use the DFWs like for like a backstage, so you can have this big fancy backstage area with all that kind of stuff. So the other thing I wish we would have is like, I'm not sure where all the pathing goes. Is there a pathing that's just for like employees only? Did that in this one? Did I know? Because I don't think I've ever had it in the challenge modes, so I don't know if that's in sandbox or not. But a path that's just like, like Planet Zoo has, like the staff path. That's just for, staffers, not for the guest. Which I don't know for sure if that was, because I don't think I've stumbled across it in Sandbox at all. Or in the challenge modes, at least. Some of these placeables are available in all areas, but some are restricted to specific areas, so PC and next-gen players will have it. If you're on an old-gen system still, I'm sorry. I understand. It's hard to get those new systems. It's very, very hard. So, but you don't get them. You don't get this stuff, unfortunately. The check back. What does it say? Mix and match directions. We can't wait to see what you come up with. Check back at release for the full list of all the decorations in the patch notes. Placeable trees. This has actually surprised me. They did a lot. This sounds like they did a lot more than I was expecting them to do. The previous game we had placeable trees. It was like 7, 6, something like that trees. There's like the big tall trees, some other, the big bushy tree, and then a couple like palm tree kind of things. So you kind of were stuck with just those, and you had to use it on across all maps. So I was kind of, now I know there's a mod that gives you like everything in the game as a placeable object. I knew it wouldn't be that deep. And so I was like, what would they give us? So they give us more than I expected. Speaking of placeables, you will soon be able to place individual trees in your parks. These will not only look great for both your parks and enclosures, they will also add to your dinosaurs' forest comfort needs. when used inside an enclosure. So you can place the trees, and it will count towards, the animal's forest needs. And I don't think this sounds like it's going to include their feeding trees, the stuff that you have to. So I guess this is just regular forest stuff that you can put in there, which is kind of cool, especially when you got some dinosaurs that need a huge area of their feeding stuff. Then you can maybe mix in like a little tree here and there with it now to kind of spruce it up a little bit, so it's not all just the same thing. So still good, still good. The trees are unique to each environment and come in 4 different varieties: large, medium, small, and bushy. You won't be able to mix trees from different environments, but you can mix and match the different sizes as you see fit. So pretty much, we're not going to be able to put the Pennsylvania trees in the Southwest USA. I know some people were really hoping for that. I didn't expect that. So that's I didn't really. If they would have done something this in depth, I didn't expect them to do that. I mean, like you said, there was a possibility we could get like 6 trees, and those 6 trees you have to use on every map or something like that. But so that's, I didn't really expect to be able to put Pennsylvania trees or the redwood trees in the desert and stuff like that. I guess try to keep the little bit of the realism part of it. I guess maybe in a way, or maybe it was just too hard to take a red tree and put it in the desert level. It was maybe a little too taxing on the programming, maybe. I don't know. But not that big of a deal. These placeable trees and the new decorations, you have more control over how your parks and enclosures will look and feel. We're looking forward to seeing your park, whatever. First person view. Now, I expected this to be super simple. I've been mentioned in the previous video that is like, probably just put you you'll be able to walk around at the first level. They actually did a lot more into this than I expected them to do. You'll be able to experience and explore your parks like never before. Update 2 adds a first-person view option to all modes in Jurassic World Evolution. While playing, you'll be able to access first-person view from a dedicated button on the Build menu on the left side of your screen. Select it, then choose a starting position in your park, and you'll instantly be on ground level. You can move around any open areas of your park, change your movement speed, alternate your viewing height. There's even a light you can turn on, so if it's in the dark, you can have a light around you. From first-person view, you can interact with buildings and vehicles in your park. You can begin synthesizing dinosaurs, managing your scientists, start a new research task, or make changes to your amenity buildings. You can also jump into a ride and enter viewing galleries or platforms from first-person view. Given the right circumstances, you can even walk into your dinosaur enclosures and get an up-close and personal view of these majestic animals. But they can't attack you. So your T-Rex is not going to eat you when you're in first-person view. But you guess you can manipulate your way inside of an enclosure. So it shows, I guess, we have a first-person view standing outside the Jurassic Park Brachiosaur paddock here, and you have one of the cars right by. You see like the little highlight on the car where it says like the ride park tour. So I guess you'll be able to walk around. If you this will pop up on things you can interact with, and you'll be able to go right from there to whatever interaction it'll pop up the interaction menu, I guess. Or here it'll have you in the car. Scientist building, staff center would probably like take you to your scientist inventory screen or research screen, or whichever one goes with each. So pretty solid. I mean that's way more expensive. That's way more intensive than I expected. The species viewer. With update 2, we're adding a species view to the game. Will be added a new option in the main menu and allows you to look at the game's dinosaurs and reptiles in detail. All species are viewable by default, but challenge mode skins will be unavailable until you unlock them. You can cycle through all skins and patterns and colors you've unlocked, as well as adjust the position of the lighting and the color grading. And you can also play a few looped animations to see, kind of see what they look like. Finally, if you're looking to learn how to pronounce dinosaur names, there's a name pronunciation guide built into the species viewer. Just click a button and you can both see and hear the species name pronunciation of a specific dinosaur or reptile. That's actually kind of helpful on some of these guys. There's a few that I'm good. There's a few that always kind of cross me up a little bit. Especially with the one that I expect them to add when Dominion comes out. Our flying boy, whose name I can never say right. The Quetzalcoatl. Yeah, you see. I focus on it. I just can't say it. It's in the main menu. I know it's not. I think people want it inside the game modes or inside the hatchery. Preview the skin before you see it. Maybe that was just too intensive for them to be able to do. So you can check it out. You can see the skin colors and stuff like that, and see if there's just something that matchup you like. Then you just when you hatch go into the game and use that one. Personally, I kind of really like the random everything because I think that adds a lot more stuff to your park. Because then you have multiple dinosaurs that look the same. Like you randomize, so you can have like a different. Everything looks like it's your unique animal. So there's some differences in your animal. So I personally prefer random, but this is still cool, and the pronunciation thing is pretty neat too. So now we're going to get to some quality of life stuff, and there's some good stuff here too. We're also rolling out a whole host of quality of life improvements. The changes are listed in our patch notes, but we wanted to give some highlights. You'll be able to instantly sell all minerals you unearth during expeditions. So when you would previously add them to the extraction queue, you can now instantly sell them to get some money back. So pretty much instead of having to extract them for the third inside of whatever, usually it's 30 to 50, whatever it costs to do an extraction run. So you'd have to kind of like mix and match them with fossils, and they take up the inventory spots. Well, now I guess you just be able to click on them all and sell them right off the bat without having to do the extra stuff. So it shouldn't cost you anything to make money by selling them, in other words. So good, solid. The Ranger Post is seeing some improvements as well. You'll be able to assign MVUs to patrol Ranger Post. MVUs patrolling the area covered by a Ranger Post will automatically treat minor injuries and diseases that can be cured by medical darts, as well as heal dinosaurs in critical health conditions. MVU Ranger and Captain and Capture teams can also be assigned from specific Ranger posts. Wait, is that it? MVU Ranger and Capture teams can be assigned from specific Ranger posts. So you can click on the Ranger post and it'll give you the option to call one of them. Okay, that part I'm kind of more interested in. I'm kind of curious to see more of that detail. But the other thing, so I mean, you can do it with the capture teams as well. I didn't do it very often, and I don't know how much, because once you assign them to Ranger posts, they're always going to be patrolling the post, and then it limits how much task stuff you can give them. But what does come in handy is when you get one of those nice old common colds, or the one in the Southwest U.S. I can't remember what the disease is called. That you just have to let a frostbite. Even I think frostbite's a major injury. But like some of those diseases that are uncurable, and you gotta let them run their course. And every couple minutes, your dinosaur goes under 50 health, and you get the low health thing, and you gotta go heal the dinosaur back up. Well, I mean, so because I don't know if I assign them straight up to those patrols, but when you get somebody, okay, there's a common cold outbreak, assign it to it. Then you just popped on the assign, and then it will take care of it itself for you. So you don't have to waste gameplay just doing heal, 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 which is so freaking annoying. So I like that. That'll at least take care of like having that annoying part of the gameplay. Certain operation boons will get several new upgrades that will let you cut down on both task time and cost. You'll also be able to give your MVU, Ranger, and Capture teams unlimited fuel and resources, as well as increase the scientist limit of various tasks. Alright, so is that like okay, well, see where all that applies to, and I'm sure that's good because having to refuel your vehicles all the time is annoying. On the tour ride side of things, we're adding in a Jurassic World gate to go with the Jurassic Park gate, so that's good. This works similar to the Jurassic Park gate, but just gives it a different look. There's a ton of new contracts. This range from increasing the largest territory size to building lagoons and aviaries to releasing specific dinosaurs or photographing multiple species at once. In addition to making a time completion bonus to a large number of contracts, as So if you want the extra bit of cash, it's worth it to do them quickly. Alright, so more money if you do them right off the bat. Finally, certain dinosaur behaviors are getting a small update, specifically related to group attacks and hunts. It's always been one of the bigger issues they've been having in this game. Prey dinosaurs now have the potential to flee when a group attack starts, and prey can even outrun predators if the predator runs out of stamina. Some defending dinos may even attempt to charge an incoming group of predators. So, like maybe a trike could charge and attack the Velociraptor attack. We also made a slight tweak to Indominus Rex and Velociraptor cohab, so they can form a single territory and together. So, definitely feel like that's good because they keep always underdoing the prey items. They make the Plant Eaters, more durable things. And the pack hunting has always been like, oh, so powerful. I mean, almost every pack hunt's always wears down the other animal and wins. Then we got some computer stuff. Jurassic World's getting NVIDIA support on PC, GeForce Series, GeForce graphics cards. This new anti-aliasing feature is to improve blah 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 stuff. No one cares about that stuff. These are just the highlights. There's some more details in the patch notes, so we'll see what else they kind of address. Really, literally, they address the pterosaur. I kind of sometimes it happens in the other dinosaurs too, but where some dinosaurs just get like stuck and they can't get out of their loop and they starve to death or thirst to death. The only way to fix it is you gotta like trank them. Like the dinosaurs, you can trank them, move them in somewhere else in the enclosure. Pterosaurs, you do that to have a second aviary to move them to, or you just, like how do you normally do? I just trank them so they fall to the ground and wake up and see if they break out of the animation when they wake up. That's all you can really do. But that's a really pain in the butt bug. But all right, so yeah, that covers our patch notes there. So some very, very cool stuff there. Oh, this went on a little long. So we got some really, really cool sandbox changes. We got some really cool quality of life changes going on there. We're getting some nice, cool new features. First person view sounds like it's going to actually be interesting and a lot, viable to do. And you could have some fun with it. Oh, this is really sounds cool. More decorations in the trees. That's that's gonna spruce up parks. The fountain's a nice, really cool thing. Don't care about the Velociraptor product. It's okay. It wasn't that good of an attraction in the last game. Spinosaur skeleton could be cool if that's like a full life-size Spinosaur skeleton. That would be really neat. Definitely, so I like the building changes. So yeah, pretty solid. I mean, the DLC part looks okay at best. I mean, I think it's pricey a little bit for just what you're mostly getting is skins. When you're only getting 2 new dinosaurs, and then everybody else is just skins or redesigns. So for $10, I think it should be a little more on there. So I don't know how much of a rush I am to get the Camp Cretaceous stuff. But the update sounds really good. Super stoked. That should be very cool. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that stuff. And that comes, I believe, March 8th, next week. So, there's a breakdown of that. And until next time, Kichoro out.